You're watching New Car Spin. I'm your host Brian, and this is the Toyota Supra. Again, my fourth one. This one's different though. It's a 2024 3.0 Premium, 45th anniversary. You'll notice these black wheels, the super graphics on the side, which actually is a nice touch. It just takes your eyes away from the fake vents. Apparently those vents can be made real, but I don't know how without cutting through or whatever. Boom, right there, rear wing. Did I tell you that? It's got a rear wing. It's actually a fixed rear wing, but it's adjustable. And we're going to talk about that because this car is in a very interesting color. It's called, let's see, it's called Mike and Blast. I don't know what that means. It's basically your normal Supra on the inside. Leather, JBL stereo, but it's got this special badge on here. So limited to 900 units. I don't know if that means this year or in total for all of the Supras that they make that are this version. I don't know. What I can tell you though is getting the seatbelt on is a lot easier than it sounds. So I've been pulled over twice in this car in the span of 3 days. It is very fast. It is the fastest car I've driven in a long time. And it's very fun, but the problem is this color and this wing, and I'll explain that in a second. Actually, here's my speeding ticket. Not fun. Okay, let's go back. Okay, drive, brake off. So it has actually a sport mode, but then it also has the auto stop start for the engine. So I'm going to turn, well, that turns off automatically when you're in sport mode. So sport, the exhaust changes, the suspension changes, steering changes. All your configurations can be changed here in individual. Whoops, let's go back, do it again. There we go. So you can make your changes here. Sorry, the glare today is just ridiculous. Okay. And then I can go back to standard mode. Boom. So essentially, this button's really big. It's the biggest button on here. And there is no eco mode, which is very interesting. As BMW makes this car, it's a BMW engine, it's a ZF8 transmission. I had a choice of a manual or an automatic. And I drove the manual last time and I felt like, that's a lot like my Z3 M Roadster. I thought I would sell that car and get a Supra, but I didn't after driving that Supra manual because it just felt like the same thing, even though it was like a 25-year difference. But the automatic version of it feels a lot different. This is just a rocket. This thing just moves, its shifts are crisp, it just flies. And as you know, with a speeding ticket, that makes sense. I got the proof. But what I do want to show you is, well, I can't really show you. Maybe demonstrate. It is fun, and it is grippy with these Michelin Super Sports. Oh man, I'm gonna miss that when this car goes back today. Essentially, if you turn off traction control, you get into this thing called traction mode, and it becomes even more aggressive. So it's like a Sport Plus without being a Sport Plus. And we do have driving modes. I mean, well, that driving mode, but driving aids and the lane keeping and all that. And that's basically held right here under safety systems. So if we customize the settings, you can see front collision lane departure, right? But what I can't do is once in a while it has like this green icon here for the lanes. And I don't know why, but it vibrates if you have it on. But if you don't have it on, it still gives you this kind of like weird intervention thing. So yeah, I don't know if we need this in a sports car, but we have it. And I guess it's if you're feeling, I don't know, Doesn't make any sense. And I really can't turn it off. Maybe I hold it down to turn it off. Nope. Either way, I found that interesting. Most cars, you turn off traction control, and all the auto collision stuff turns off with it too, because it's kind of all tied in together. So, I don't know. The biggest thing is, if you notice, I'm always doing some steering input here, and I don't know why. It's like... I'll never get over the sound of this. What I've found is that with this rear wing, it's adding downforce to the rear of the car, and it makes the steering feel a little lighter, but I think they're countering that on this car, which is interesting, because if you get one of these used, you want to make sure it has Pilot Super Sports on it, but you also need to know if it has that rear wing, if it has the correct alignment, because I think it has to have a different alignment. It just feels like it. It says got the crackles and the pops and stuff when you have overrun on the throttle with the downshifting and you lift off. It's got some cool elements to it. But the weird thing is the steering, because it either goes left or it either goes right. There's no on center, and it's a little odd for me. Why does the music keep going up and up and up? Anyway, you also have a manual mode, which is weird. If I pull these paddles, right, to change gears, it will revert to automatic after like 2 or 3 seconds, unless I put it in manual mode. Then the paddles hold the gears. And then, what else? Oh, I don't know if this is the upgraded nav or not. It should have navigation, but it keeps trying to load. And I think it's because this car is so fresh off the lot that, well, not the lot, it's Toyota's car, fresh off the boat from Austria, because that's where it's built. They haven't had chance to update the nav for this system to show GPS. I don't know, something's not activated there. So it comes with nav, but it's not on. Interesting area. I know, we're in Frisco, far north Frisco, Panther Creek. Actually, if you go that way, that's where we're gonna have the new Universal theme park or whatever it is. Always a fun car to drive. I took my friends out in this, and everybody reacts to it differently. I love it when somebody just can't stop laughing hysterically because the car just grips so well and just drives so hard. Everything about it is just trying to figure out if the right lane's actually closed or not, because I got to make a right turn. Oh, that was 30 miles an hour. Anyway, BMW, Toyota is going to pick up this car. I'm getting exchanged for another car right now, but I will say that I've always wanted the Supra. The Supra is basically my favorite car just because it's so quick and compact. It will be the lightest, smallest footprint, most horsepower vehicle you can get today, and probably ever from this point forward. Everything else will be bigger, more hybridized, batteries. Look at the new M5. Look at the new Porsche 911 hybrid. They're all getting heavier. They're all getting bigger. They're just like ridiculously sized compared to what you can get here in this twin scroll turbo inline 6 B58 BMW engine. It's just, to me, this thing is just like the last of what a true sports car will be from this era. You know, sure, you can have a hybrid car that may be faster, but it will be heavier and it will be bigger. So if you like the cars, the classic cars from like the 80s and 90s, because they're much easier to park and they're more maneuverable and you can thread through traffic better, which apparently I've been doing all day today in this video. This car is the car to get. Now, I wish it had a suede headliner. I wish they went more luxurious in here, but there's always the Lexus LC500, which in my opinion was supposed to be the OG real Supra. But here we are in this, and it's not bad. I don't know why people knock it. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. You know, BMW, the clown shoe that BMW made was a one-off from their Skunk Works department, and this is basically the clown shoe, but BMW doesn't sell it. So just think about this car as in the future. Oh man, it just rides awesome. Let me put it actually back in normal mode. That should smoothen things up. I prefer it, but what I don't prefer here is this rear wing. There's no stability on the freeway, and I'm constantly giving it steering input, and I wish it wasn't a fixed rear wing, and no rear wing is the normal version, so that's the best way I can describe it. This is $65,000. I always remember the non-fixed rear wing version to be like $55,000 or $56,000. So when you hit 65 and get into this special 45th anniversary edition, that's BMW M2 territory. And I know they had a carbon fiber edition and all that. I just have to say, yeah, you can't go wrong with a Supra. I'm very sold on the automatic, and that's what I would do. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Like, subscribe, comment, and see you in the next video.